It's 4:48 in the afternoon. This is a special SIM podcast exclusive video. I am uh, bringing this episode on a more quick note. I want to go over quickly a few things before I get to the title of the impromptu podcast, which is controversial finish at Hell in Cell last night between Bray Wyatt and Seth Rollins. And the match ending, which was obviously a disqualification. But before we get on to that, I just want to update most of you that sometime at the end of this week, we should be doing a live podcast um, for our first SIM podcast of the current Bills and Sabres season. We are going to talk about the Sabres 50th anniversary. Uh, talk about their start of the season, start of the year so far. By that point, we will know a little bit more about how the Sabres are looking. Also, the Bills start of the season going into their bye week. They are 4-1. That's right, folks. They are 4-1. I'm not getting my hopes up too high, but I'm just going to be happy that we are all, at least on a winning side for the first third of the season. Uh, but I just wanted to touch base with everybody. Got a new laptop too. Just wanted to mention that. So uh, probably the same web quality cam, but um, hopefully I'm a little bit more free with my talking here. I'm happy to say you know that I'm back and welcome. Now let's get right into it. So for disclosure on this topic, I did not watch most of the Hell in a Cell pay per view last night. That's number one. I did not watch it for full disclosure. However, that being said, I was watching a little bit of the highlights on Twitter last night as far as the actual match itself. Um, and I was reading a lot of Twitter comments last night that people were so upset with the finish that people were chanting AEW, which I'm not going to talk about in this update. I think another podcast might do to suffice that and get me and Jimmy and whoever else wants to get into it can get into it. Uh, I'm not gonna go off and say, "Oh, I'm not gonna watch WWE." No, I'm not like some of the people that you may hear on TV. It's like I'm reading a lot of hate on, especially also on Seth Rollins. I'll touch on him in a few moments as well. Um, but basically, um, there should I if most people who have not seen the ending, I think that the controversial finish was that's uh, Seth Rollins goes on a rampage towards the end of the match because he cannot pin Bray Wyatt or finish Bray Wyatt, and he starts hammering him with different objects, steel chairs to the face, I think, and so much so. Don't quote me on this. I didn't see all of it. I mean, I saw highlights where they actually disqualified Seth Rollins in Hell in a Cell. In Hell in a Cell. That has not been done. I can, as ever I could recall or remember a Hell in a Cell pay per view to for a finish like that. I think that's a lot what people are upset about. But it seems to me more people are upset about that Bray Wyatt. Many fans felt like Bray Wyatt should have been named champion or should have gotten the victory or stuff. They were complaining to restart the match. and I just wanted to take a few moments to give my take on the whole situation. But I kind of want to stem back to Friday Night SmackDown on Fox, the first show on Fox for Friday Night SmackDown, the first time in I don't know how many years WWE has been on Fox. Um, I'm not going to get too much into that, but I want to just touch base about the uh, the Brock Lesnar Kofi Kingston match that lasted about 9 seconds because I think that's where the start of the fans' ire leading up to Hell in a Cell began this week. The the uh, the match itself was obviously 9 seconds, so it wasn't last line, which I am very disappointed. Me personally, I'm very disappointed. I felt like they should have gave it a little bit more time, and maybe since it was Fox and they didn't want to go over like they normally have on shows, it's not like it was with sci-fi or anything else. I can't imagine that there is a little bit more stricter timeline with that, but I can't. Don't quote me on that. Um, why I was disappointed with that is I felt like you could have got a little bit more offense in. And really, it was more if obviously it was like a squash match to promote Brock as a champion and to bring in Cain Velasquez because Brock attacked Ray and his son Dominic and trying to set up this Brock Cain feud. And I guess this was probably the only way they might have been able to do it. Some people may say, others may say not. I it could have been a little bit longer match to kind of to begin with. And Kobe could have taken a beating, not one F5. Or Cain Velasquez could have ran in or did something different. But who am I to speculate? I don't necessarily agree with it, but I I feel like that's where it all kind of started. Now, leading into Sunday, leading into Sunday. Uh, Again, I did not watch pay per view at all. I was more celebrating one Buffalo victory between the Sabres and Bills. Let's be honest here. I'm more in tune to that as far as like watching it during the weekend. Not that I'm not in tune to W. I do watch a lot of Monday Night Raw and that sort of stuff. Um, I am disappointed with the DQ finish because really I agree with fans that there should not have been a DQ finish. It's a Hell in a Cell. Usually those are no DQ matches. They are the only time they stopped the match was maybe for Mick Foley, Undertaker, in that second Hell in a Cell, but they never disqualified anybody. That's not typical MO. Now I've watched all the Bray Wyatt promos since this character development. I enjoy his character direction very well. His mannerisms, homage to Mankind with the Mandible Claw, a couple different characters, but he's kind of made it on his own, which I enjoy. And I think that people are really behind this character. They're loving what they're seeing. They He beat Finn Balor at the last pay per view before Hell in a Cell. Uh, so that was kind of the start of it, and there's a lot of fan push I could guess behind some of the stuff. May have led to WWE giving Bray an opportunity. I don't want to speculate too much there. I have no clue on that. That's just how that goes. I'm just taking a guess, to be honest. Uh, some of the comments I read last night were that the ending and how this was handled, they thought Bray Wyatt was being buried by Seth, or you know his new character's being buried by Vince. I I don't honestly kind of get that from fan backlash. I don't understand it. So, and maybe you could comment after you're done. I'll post this up on my SIM Facebook page. You can comment there, and or I will send it over to Gary's network group to have him comment on what his group was really so mad about, uh, other than the just obvious finish of the DQ. I don't think anybody agrees with that, but I don't understand. What I really don't understand is all this Seth Rollins heat that's been going on since his championship victory against Brock Lesnar. It seems like the fans turned on him after that match to a certain degree, and again, I maybe they're trying to show a little bit more edgier Seth Rollins. Maybe they're maybe he needs a little extra edge from a psychology standpoint. He, going into Bray Wyatt. Let me backtrack that up. Um, Maybe over along the line during with what you saw on paper, because leading up to it, that Bray Wyatt was kept viciously attacking him, or at least paralyzing Seth Rollins into fear, and it's been all building up. So I don't. Where I disagree with most fans is I don't think this is a burial of the Bray Wyatt character. I honestly do not. Could a WWE build it up better? Yes. But the other thing of it is too is like, if we're gonna build this up, yeah, I feel like you either need to not have Bray Wyatt go against Seth Rollins and find maybe like a Braun Strowman to go against, my personal opinion, or somebody, another victim to keep building and building to that moment, or they need to continue the storyline a bit more. I think they will, and that's what they were trying to go for with all this, in my humble opinion, is trying to build that story, keep building this storyline, maybe having the way things happen, you know, maybe that, okay, technically Seth gets off the fight, he retains the title, but yeah, Bray Mano claws him. I was watching the footage, the highlights of the ending of the post match, and maybe built this unstoppable monster in this disqualification, and that's all I'm fine and good. I just don't get. I just don't get where fans are. I don't get the urgency for Bray Wyatt to become the champion by the fan base. What? Why? Why do we need to have him come champion right at this present pay per view after 1 month after he won against Finn Balor? I don't get it. I really don't get the frustration of fans. I do not understand why you need to do that. You want this character to grow and not be buried, but yet you're not letting these fans are. I don't understand why they're not understanding to have character development, have time to where eventually if Bray's going to go over, Bray's going to go over. And a couple months ago, Seth Rollins was hotter than hell after his WrestleMania defeat with Brock Lesnar. I, I don't understand it. I just do not understand the logic of fans out there saying that Bray Wyatt should be champion. You ruined him. I don't get it. So to me, is it really bad WWE booking? Partially, yes. But is it also over fan reaction? Absolutely. I discount all the other things that you may or may not like about WWE, but I don't understand this generation of instant gratification. We need this right now. And I feel like that's partly where our problem is, too. That's partly the problem. And I usually don't rant about other people's opinions because that's their opinion, but I just can't for the life of me um, understand why people are so upset about Bray Wyatt not becoming champion. I at this, I beats me, beats me permanently. Uh, I fill me in. Garrison Newkirk, fill me in of Mr. Garrison film reviews. Uh, what's his name? Jerome Latmere, fill me in. I've seen your post, and quite frankly, I do not understand why in the hell are you so pissed off about. If you're pissed about Bray Wyatt not becoming champion, in I please explain to me what you're feeling. Okay, I'm reading a Facebook post from the local network community on Facebook, Western New York. He was. This is what he says. He's like, last night I was pissed off to the fact of how it's ended. I get that. Honestly, he's not satisfied with the book.
Here's where I think.
He's talking about the pay-per-views. All wrestling. Okay, I get that. I think that's what he's pissed off about. But could you? Does this? Are you more pissed off that all of a sudden that Seth Rollins, you're not liking Seth Rollins lately because of his mannerisms? Somebody just give me an opinion on that. I'm just gonna go through the network community. Just if I could just I guess WWE's taking fan reactions of Hell in a Cell last night. I'm not gonna overly criticize WWE. I'm not here to criticize too much of WWE. I just kind of assessing everything. I'm assessing. I'm really just assessing some people's opinions. It's just there's just a lot of there's just a lot of I think it's both. There's a lot of fan reaction, bad fan reaction. There's just a lot of just there is a part of nepotism into it. There's just so much stuff that I don't even, unless I can have an honest conversation with a couple of these people and debate about this. I mean, I don't want to go any further with it because I just literally it it was just yeah, poor resident. Okay, poor guys are here, but really, we're we're already judging the ending. We're judging by this one match. Like this just the this is what gets me irritated about some of these comments is that everybody overreacts. I get people's frustration again about the finish, but then again the Bray Wyatt thing. Oh, Bray Wyatt deserved better. Yes, you could say that, but you know what? People don't let the storyline play out. It just nobody does that anymore. None. None. I want to just go off on people for that. It's like this is why some of these people that are new fans can't even enjoy anything. This is why we have so many different decisions going on. I and yes, it could be obviously. There's Vince McMahon probably you could be to blame, but this is also fan created too. So I I I I'm trying to find Gary's post. Oh, Jerome. Jerome. I love you, man. Uh, he's not happy about it. He talks about the 98 Hell in a Cell match. I guess he's frustrated because this is like 2 years in a row. Okay, here's the guy. WWE never knows how and when to strike when the iron's hot. Bray Wyatt is highest wrestler with the best guy in WWE, and you literally shit all over him. And it's only a matter of time they drop before they drop the ball on him again. I don't agree that Seth Rollins is a shit champion. You could argue that they would say the same thing out of Roman Reigns when he was champion. That everybody thought Roman Reigns was a shit champion too. Uh, so I don't know if and you could say the same thing about Brock Lesnar. People don't like him being as champion. I don't know if you want to be WWE champion at this point. Uh, or the only thing I liked was Kofi Kingston being. That's my personal. I like Kofi Kingston being the WWE champion, not the Universal champ. I mean, Seth is the Universal champion, and Kofi's the WWE champion. But I really was enjoying Kofi being WWE champion. But that's just me. Um, you know what? Again, I'm reading his comments because it's like, obviously you want Bray Wyatt to win, but there's also a thing about the defeat, and being still looking good in defeat as well.
Well, I don't think, I'll just make comments. Sorry to interrupt you, but it's like I don't think.
Come closer.
I'm sorry.
Maybe this mic will pick you up. Let's just talk in my ear.
Okay, so I'm sorry, but I was reading excuse me, I was reading Bleach Report about how saying how both lose momentum. I mean, so
I think Seth has lost momentum since SummerSlam because again, I think there's just all this heat from him doing how many curve stumps and then a pedigree, and everybody turned out. It's like I don't understand. But I'm reading Jerome's post on from.
Creative.
I think we've questioned creative, but I think you could we always can question Vince McMahon and creative, but it's also on the wrestlers too. Don't get me wrong, but it's like, and then you hear all this stuff. WWE don't give two shits of him. They boost everyone $1 billion because this is the stupidest comment because he's an absolute shit champion. Right back to Pavel's white fans. Are people? I have another point. Are people upset about Seth Rollins' comments about Dean Ambrose going to AEW? Is that what this is about? Why people are more pissed with this? I'll mention it. I watched the first AEW show. It wasn't that horrible. I think it needs more time to grow. I think it'll be definitely a very good product as far as wrestling is concerned when it reaches its full potential. I'm positive on AEW. But when I see these comments, it's like it's not just Vince McMahon too, but you fans expect every single thing to be done within a millisecond, and that pisses me off. Pisses me off. I'll have to sign you up for StreamYard so we can, because that's how they want to run YouTube these days. They can't even do it on Google Hangouts anymore. But pardon my French. So Jerome, I like to have discussion with you on this. I can't understand you, Craig, like discussion with you on this. Because I need to vent my frustration
Can I be
through
the,
you two.
can I be the middleman in this one?
Maybe. I've been preaching for a while to do this. Maybe been a year. Maybe we haven't connected on anything. But I would love to debate this with you. And whoever wants to debate with me, I don't care if I got to go on your network and do a Flicks with Dicks episode with you guys or a separate show to really talk to my point, debate with you guys on this. But this is just B. Some of the stuff is B fucking S. Pardon my language. Oh my lord. All right. I think I've had an off kilter rant about that sort of stuff. I'm done talking about it. As far as that, I've said my piece. So that's one thing I am done with. Um, and I got to figure out how to. I got to figure out how to. Oh, I see where it says end broadcast. Uh, Having said all that, I vented my frustrations. I probably could have organized it better. Um, but anyway, later on this week, uh, is going to be the SIM podcast for the 50th Sabres anniversary. That was a Facebook poll a while back, and I'm hoping to hit. I'm going to have my twin brother James as always, including that my cousin Quigley and I believe Justin Cerny are going to be freshly coming back from the Bills win from Nashville, so they will be joining us. And I'm hoping that maybe a few others might join the podcast. Either Friday, Saturday night.
Did you hear about the Bills fan in Nashville?
No, good grief! I saw it. I'm like, that was just distasteful. I don't know. Who the heck knows? So, probably if it was Friday, Saturday, I'm assuming 7:30, 8 o'clock start time. That'll be yet to finalize. I think I put it for October 11th. And today's the 7th, 8th, 9th, 10th. So Friday. October 11th is a tentative date. So either Friday night or Saturday night. I'll have to work it out with the guys and go from there. Hopefully I can get everything set up for everybody so that we can all be on screen. It will not be at where I'm at now. It will be at a different location. Hopefully get everybody hooked up and ready to go. So I'm probably going to need some time to set up and do all that stuff and get the screen going for the thing. But other than that, I can use the banner. I meant to use the banner for I'll have to figure that out. Okay, never mind. Oh, that's different. I was trying to find a screen thing, but all right, never mind. Thank you for joining me. I'll see you soon. Bye.